네, 감사합니다. 오늘 이렇게 국제적으로 이 인터내셔널 컨퍼런스를 하게 돼서 너무 감사하고, 우리가 정말 만나기 힘든 아주 특별한 손님들이 오늘 참석을 했습니다. 그래서 오늘 ESG에 대한 철학과 정책과 그리고 앞으로 우리가 해야 될 액션 플랜에 대해서 설명을 드리고, 우리가 함께 배우고 함께 공부하는 그런 좋은 시간이 되고, 이걸 통해서 우리가 좀 더 ESG를 실천하는 또는 SDG를 실천하는 그러한 계기가 되기를 바라겠습니다. My name is Yong-ha Jeon. So I'm a chairman of the Global Marketing Association in Korea. We are exporting the Korean products to the overseas countries for 4 years. So it is a pleasure to introduce our special guest from the England and Dubai and Republic of Korea and USA too. So we appreciate your attending on this one. So for this 9th International Conference, ICAE, they will speak their ESG strategy and philosophy and action plan for ESG policy. We can learn about ESG and sharing effective informations and policies together in this panel session. Okay, thank you. I will introduce first panel. Mr. John Gleischer, he is a founder and executive vice chairman of the DAZN. DAZN is the #1 OTT service in USA through the world. And he is a chairman of the Sporting News that is established on 1886, very old company and very good company.
I'm not that old.
He's young. Okay, so 큰 박수로 존 글리셔 회장을 맞이해 주시기 바랍니다.
Sport is the passion that captures so many people around the world. It's their real core passion, more than anything else in their lives. And whether that's playing, fitness, watching, refereeing, whatever it is that you're taking part, it's the main thing that you are actually doing in your life. And it's one of the main things that drives your life. It really showcases the best of humanity as well. We create heroes. We also create villains. But one of the things with those villains is the redemption of those villains. We're driving technical ingenuity. So we've got Seiya Motors here in the hall, Mr. Lee, who's really driving the hydrogen engine. Hydrogen engine is going to be the future for Formula One. They're already created a new series in that. We're also technically developing for the quest for records, performance. We as humans are always looking to be the greatest of all time. We want to be that. We're trying to be quicker, stronger, faster. And sport takes us around the globe. It's taken me to countries I've never thought I would ever be in. And that is something that really, it showcases all of the best of those countries as well when you travel around them. And sport also plays a central role politically. Because of its importance in our life, it's always played a role in politics. And that's something that we always have to recognize. It brings, there is very few things that can bring enemies together. But that's what happened with the Ukraine war at the Australian Open. It was the first time a Ukrainian played a Russian. It's these things, sport brings these things together. So it's right that sport plays a pivotal role in the role of ESG and what it can do around that. So if we take the 3 elements, environmental, well, sport is being affected just like everyone else from environmental damage. Climate change is cancelling so many events around the world. We're seeing the impact it has on athletes. As rising temperatures, it's affecting their performance. But we're also seeing that sport is playing a pivotal role to educate and to change. So as we talked about, the technical developments, those developments are then being utilized in really evolving our understanding and what we can do around the sport. Social. If we look at social, then sport has always played a pivotal role in that area as well. Let's go back, Jesse Owens, 1936, what he did actually for black athletes, and also what he did in terms of standing up to fascism. Muhammad Ali with the Vietnam War. Sport has always played this pivotal role in actually showcasing those major initiatives. And with that, we're actually seeing that sport is taking some of the major challenges that we really need to focus on. Women's sport. I'm incredibly proud that I did the first global deal for women's sport around the Champions League 3 years ago. I have 2 young daughters. For me, women's sport, it should be at the same level as men's sport. But it is in the Olympics, but it isn't in the world, and especially in the commercial world that I live in. Therefore, we have to over-invest in those sports, in women's sports. It's imperative to bring them up to the same level commercially that men's sport, because women want to be and play sport, and we have to give them that pathway. And governance has been critical in the development of sport. Sport has always had governance. It helps us define what is the biggest sport. Who is the leader? Who is? There is the hierarchy. That is what is being delivered through sports governance. But governance is being challenged more than ever around the world. We talk how politics is playing a role in sports governance, how finance is playing a role, as showcased very much really with the challenges the Premier League is having at this moment in time, in terms of where you have a state owning a football team. How can everyone compete? So governance is going to play one of the critical parts. So all of these elements under ESG, sport can play that pivotal role. And that is why, but we have to give a platform to be able to educate. We have to educate, give the platform for the children to be educated on what is going on, but also make it relevant. Sport gives relevance because it is the passion. It's what defines and unites us all. And therefore, for me, what we are doing with Youngju Kim and the TSN team is fantastic because we've created a platform. We've created a platform to deliver a huge audience together. And then that platform then can be utilized to educate, not just in Korea and talking about Korean sports, but it's taking Korean sports and the messages around ESG around the world. And that is what excites me so much about the opportunities that we have and that we're working with the team. Thank you very much.